Claude Barras' Academy Award-nominated film My Life as a Courgette, or alternatively My Life as a Zucchini, is an animated film focusing on a young boy nicknamed Courgette by his alcoholic mother. Courgette is orphaned when his mother dies as she falls down the stairs when Courgette shuts his bedroom trapdoor on her, afraid of what might happen if she reaches him. He is taken by a friendly police officer, Raymond, to a foster home and school. The film represents the issues of troubled young characters and the impact of their traumas through their behaviour and attitudes to the wider world. Although the film touches upon some uncomfortable subjects, overall it finds a life-affirming, optimistic and healing perspective for these troubled characters. During the first day at the foster home, Courgette feels alone and even teased over his nickname by Simon, who also pranks Courgette by offering him a seat only to pull it away as he goes to sit down. Courgette is facing isolation and alienation as the new kid. Courgette, despite his troubling relationship with an alcoholic mother, one who left him alone but intended to beat him if he made too much noise, and a non-existent relationship with an absent father, he still cares for both, keeping personal mementos of them both, a beer can from his mother and a kite depicting his father as a superhero. When Simon intends to tease Courgette by taking his kite, Courgette becomes defensive and fights Simon for it. Not an action typical of Courgette, but clearly the mementos are held dearly to him as they are his last links to his parents. When Simon and Courgette come to settle their differences, Simon wants to understand why Courgette is at the foster home, revealing the reasons why some of the children are there. This reveals a mutual understanding between the two characters and even the audience. Each character has their own personal demons, parents who suffered from addictions, struggling mental health that impacted on their parenting, and even deportation. One child has had her parents deported, and whenever a visitor arrives at the foster home, she rushes to the entrance calling for her mother. The one time when her mother returns, she is unsure what to do, as that would remove her from the comfort of the foster home. Simon's own trauma is that his parents were addicted to drugs and neglected him, often leaving Simon feeling unloved. Within the film, Simon expresses this by putting up a wall of defensiveness through teasing, bullying, and outright exclaiming that nobody wants to adopt children their ages, that nobody could love Simon. Through this sharing of personal traumas, Courgette and Simon develop a sense of solidarity. They're not alone in their troubles. Simon relies on this sense of solidarity the most, as he actively seeks out the backstory of each new child to arrive at the foster home. With the introduction of a new child, Camille, a young girl who manages to encourage and cheer up the other children almost effortlessly, Simon and Courgette discover the reason why she is at the foster home by sneaking out of bed one night and finding her private file in another room. Camille's mother was killed by her father before he committed suicide, and Camille had seen the events unfold. This is a disturbing revelation, and what was initially a playful moment to discover something about a new friend joining the foster home becomes quite somber. This revelation also makes it understandable why Camille does not want to return to her abusive aunt's home. She comes from an abusive and violent family, and her aunt frequently threatens her. Camille's aunt's abusive traits are made apparent to the foster home through a hidden audio recorder inside of Camille's paper boat, hidden by Simon, leading to Camille's aunt giving up on adopting her. This moment illustrates a mutual caring, supportive friendship between Simon and Camille. No matter on their differences, they would not want any harm to come to the other. Attempts are made to overcome trauma as the children enjoy their time playing games together and even take a skiing trip organized by the teachers from the foster home. A small moment of a child being cared for by their mother, helping a child from a fall at the ski resort, results in the foster home children staring on longingly at something that they don't have access to, a loving parent. This little moment is revealing. No matter how much fun they may have together, they clearly wish for a parent to look after them caringly. During the skiing trip, Courgette opens up to Camille late at night regarding a dream he had about his mother. He suggests that, in a way, he is glad that he's at the foster home because if he grew up with his mother, he believes he would have also become alcoholic and aggressive. Although Courgette clearly misses his parents, he appreciates the opportunity that the foster home offers him. As his friendship with the police officer Raymond develops, Raymond wants to adopt Courgette and Camille, offering them unconditional love and support. This is an opportunity that otherwise would not have been available if Courgette had never arrived at the foster home in the first place. And although the arrival at the foster home is born from trauma, it has led Courgette to a more optimistic destination, his and Camille's adoption. Hearing of this news impacts Simon negatively. He's angry and upset. Two of his friends from the foster home are to leave. There may also be an aspect of jealousy too. Simon has stated that children their ages do not get adopted. However, here are two children who have been adopted. Despite his frustrations, he tells Courgette that he needs to go. The opportunity of adoption and moving to a good home is rare for children their age. Simon and Courgette both understand this. As Courgette and Camille move into Raymond's home, Camille is emotional because she has finally received her own bedroom. They both write a letter to Simon telling him he is loved by both the children at the foster home and by Courgette and Camille. This letter boosts Simon's morale. A usually quite cynical child, often under the belief that nobody could love him because of his own personal traumatic experiences, is reminded that this isn't true. People do love Simon, and he should remember that. The film ends with a poignant yet subtle detail. A group of children are excited to see one of the foster home workers has given birth to a baby. Initially as light-hearted gestures and jokes, they ask her if she would ever abandon the baby due to it forgetting its name, or if it peed the bed, but gradually these gestures become more revealing. With every new suggestion, a reasoning is implied as to why these children may have been abandoned, as they test the teacher whether she will abandon her baby for the same reasons they were likely abandoned. It isn't dissimilar to that longing for a loving parent each of the children had experienced during their time on the skiing trip, when their teacher expressed she would never abandon her baby. In conclusion, My Life as a Courgette reveals a lot about troubled young characters, and represents a variety of characters that reflect people that may otherwise feel forgotten, not unlike Simon's frustration that children their age struggle to gain adoption. Focusing on these characters and their traumas allows an opportunity for the audience to empathize. These children have faced a variety of sufferings that they did not deserve. This film's playful, poignant portrayals encourages an optimistic perspective. Despite the trauma, these children have learned to enjoy themselves and to appreciate and support each other too.